Good evening, students. Paper number 29. Now, in this paper number 29, tell me what are the statements given here. Now, question numbers 1 to 5 is based on blood relation along with secular arrangement. Now, family members BCRS, TV and W, BCRS, TV, W and Y seated around a circle, and some of them are facing away from the center, and all of them have birthdays in different months, and each of these persons is having birthday in a different month, isn't it? But not necessarily in the same order. Hence, 8 persons, and they belongs to a family, and some persons are facing towards the center, and some persons are away from the center, and each one of them have birthdays in different months from January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, isn't it? July and August. 8 persons, 8 consecutive months. Immediate neighbors of the persons are not facing the same direction. Yes, what can you infer from this one here? Immediate neighbors of the person, immediate neighbors of these persons are not facing the same direction, isn't it? Now, let us take for example, now how many persons are there? 8 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this person is towards the center, immediate neighbors. Now, this person will be away, then this person will be towards the center, isn't it? Then if you take the case of this person, now this person is towards the center, immediate neighbor of this person is towards the center, and this person must be away from the center. Then coming to this one, this person is away from the center, immediate neighbor of this person is towards the center, the other person must be away from the center, isn't it? If this person is away from the center, immediate neighbor of the person is away, this person must be towards the center. Then coming to this one, and to this person is away from the center, immediate neighbor of this person must be towards the center, and to this person is towards the center, this person must be away from the center. Then if you observe here, two persons are towards the center, then 2 away, 2 center, 2 away, 2 center, 2 away, and so on. Clear enough? And this is the positive. If this person is towards the center, this is the positive. If this person is away from the center, the same case will be there. Done? And no one sitting between the persons of those who has the birthdays in the month which has 31 days. Now, sir, among this one, the months which have 31 is Jan, March, May, July, and August. Now, these 5 persons are seated together. Who are the 5 persons here? The persons who were born in Jan, March, May, July, and August are the 5 persons seated together, except one couple. Remaining are immediate neighbors of each other. Now, sir, if you have some 4 couples, except one couple, the remaining 3 couples means 6 persons are seated together. If there are 3 couples, then 4 persons, that means 2 couples are adjacent to each other, and the remaining 2 are not adjacent. Then 1 couple are not facing the same direction. Remaining are immediate neighbors of each other is same as only 1 couple are not facing the same direction. Now, among these, now 2 couples are facing the same direction, 1 will be away, and so on. Clear now? Then coming to condition number 1. W is seated second to the left of the one who is a daughter-in-law of B. Now, this B is having a daughter-in-law. As this B is having a daughter-in-law, tell me, now B is here. Now, this B is having a daughter-in-law means B is having a son. Now, this B is having a son. Now, B's son's wife is there. B is having a son. Now, this son got married, and that person cannot be W, isn't it? Then W is seated second to the left of the one who is the daughter-in-law of B. As W is seated second to the left of the one who is the daughter-in-law of B. The next one, Y is the nephew of the one who is the father of R. This is very, very important information. Y is whom? Y is the nephew. Nephew of whom? Nephew is nephew of the person who is the father of R. R's father nephew is Y. If R's father nephew is Y, then what about R and Y? R and Y are brothers and sisters. R and Y are cousins to each other. Now, sir, as we are having cousins, a set of cousins, then these persons, parents should be siblings to each other or not? Now, these 2 persons are parents means those are couple married. Hence, 2 and 2 couple will be there. Hence, now, sir, if R is here, now this R's parent is there, that person got married, and again this person's sibling will be there, and sibling's child is Y. Hence, these two persons, this couple is having, this is another couple. Hence, how many couples do we have? We can fix two couples at this place. Done with this? Then, Y is the son of R. R and Y are cousins to each other, and Y is the nephew of the one who is the father of R. R who was born in the month which has 30 days. Now, this R born in the month which has 30 days means, now this R can be born in which year, which month? Can be on Jan, Feb, March, April or June. And this R can be either in the month of April or in the month of June. Done with this? Or in the month of S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. Now, this W is having a wife. As this W is having a wife, that means W is a male, and this W is having a wife, then whatever this R, W is having a wife, S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. Wife of W, and S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W, isn't it? Then what is the next information here? V is the daughter of the one who is born in the month of July. Now, this V is the daughter of the one who was born in the month of July. One who was born in the month of May is the son-in-law of B. Now, this B is having a son-in-law. Now, sir, as of now, B is having a daughter-in-law. Now, this B is having a son-in-law. That means this and this B is having one son and one daughter, and these two persons got married, isn't it? That means this is one couple, this is the second couple. Hence, in total, how many couples we have in the second generation? Two couples. 4 persons. This R and Y comes into the next generation. And by doing so, all the 8 persons can be filled or not. Then how to fill this one? Tell me here. Then, now first let us go for this one. Now B is having one son and one daughter. Now one son and one daughter, hence these two persons are siblings to each other, and son and daughter. Now this son is having a wife, because earlier this B is having daughter-in-law, and now this person son-in-law is also there. Son-in-law is there, daughter-in-law is there, hence in total how many persons? 6 persons. And in the first one, what is the first information here? And B, Y is the nephew of the one. Y is the nephew of the one. Now Y, if Y is here, R will be here. Y is the nephew of the one who is the father of R. R's father is this person, and this person's Y will be here. Y is the nephew. As Y is the nephew, Y is a male. Isn't it? Y is the nephew of the person who is the father of R. R's father's nephew is Y. R's father's nephew is Y. Then next one. Y is the nephew of one who is the father of R. R who was born in the month of 30 days. R in the month of which one? Either in the month of April or in the month of what is the other month? June. April and June. And V is the daughter of the one who was born in the month of July. V is daughter of the one who is born in the month of July. One who born in the month of May is the son-in-law of B. Now this person is the son-in-law of B, and this person must be born in the month of May, isn't it? Then one who was born in the month of May is the son-in-law of B, and he is facing to his brother-in-law. Now this person is having a brother-in-law, this person, that is B's son. Now these two persons are facing each other. As these two persons are facing each other, now we can fix these persons in the circular arrangement, because these two persons are facing. Facing means this person is also towards the center, that person is also towards the center. Okay, please remember this information. And person who was born in the month of which has least days means February, he is seated third to the right of C. Now third to the right of C, C is here. Now the person who was born in the month of February will be here. And C is means here is talking about whom? Here is talking about the person who was born in the month of February, isn't it? That means this February, the person who was born in the month of February was a female, and she is seated second to the right of her brother. Now this person is seated second to the right of her brother, isn't it? Her brother is this person B's son. Now these two persons, there is only one person between these two. Person who is born in the month of which has least number of days is seated third to the right of C, and that person is seated second to the right of her brother. Cousin of R. Cousin of R means here we are talking about Y. Y is seated second to the left of him. Y is seated second to the left of whom? Y is seated second to the left of R. Y is seated second to the left of R. and he is an immediate neighbor of T. Who is immediate neighbor of T here? Y is an immediate neighbor of T. Then the one who was born in the month of January is seated immediate neighbors of those in the month of March and August. Now Jan, now this person who was born in the month of Jan is in between March and August. And anyhow, all these persons, these 5 persons are adjacent to each other because Jan, March, August, all these 3 months is having 31 days. And August. Eldest of this family is seated opposite to his only grandson and seated third to the left of his son. Third to the left of his son who was born in the month of August. Yes, tell me who was born in the month of August here? The son was born in the month of August. Isn't it? Now this person was born in the month of August. Son was born in the month of August. Now here, the daughter was born in the month of February. Then who can be the daughter here? Either Y or R can be the daughter. No, sir. As of now, what are the possibilities to this daughter? Who can be the daughter here? Either B's daughter or this person, B's son's daughter. And out of which can R be the daughter of this person? Tell me. No. Why? Why? Because this person, the daughter of that person must be born in the month of February. This R is born in the month of either April or June, and this person cannot be February. As this person cannot be February, then who will be February here? The person who was born in the month of February, that is B's daughter, married to the person who was born in the month of May. Done with this? Then May, Feb, August, done. Then T1 who was born in the month of January is seated to the immediate neighbor, and eldest of this family is seated opposite to his grandson and seated third to the left of his son who was born in the month of August. One who was born in the February is not facing towards the center. Now this February, that means the B's daughter is facing away from the center, and eldest of this family seated third to the left of his son who is born in the month of August. One who was born in February is not facing towards the center. W is an immediate neighbor of the one who was born in May. Now W is immediate neighbor of the one, and R is facing her mother. Now this R is having a mother, isn't it? R is having a mother. Clear? Now this is what the information we have as of now. Then we need to find out the remaining person. W is seated second to the left of the one who is the daughter-in-law of B. W is seated second to the left of the one who is the daughter-in-law of B. Y is the nephew of the one who is the, we have taken this one. S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. Wife of W. S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. Tell me who is the wife of W here? Wife of W. Hence where can this W be? Now here. Can W be at this place? Tell me. No. Why? If W is here, then if S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W, isn't it? If you have at this place, then this S must be in these two places, which is not possible, isn't it? As S is not possible, W cannot be here. Hence, where should this W? B and W must be married to each other. As B and W are married to each other, then in this one, who is the male and who is the female here? As W is seated second to the left of the one who is the daughter-in-law of B. W is seated second to the left of the one who is the daughter-in-law of B, and Y is the nephew, and 30 days. S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. Now W is having a wife. As W is having a wife, now this B is the wife and W is a male. Clear? Then who is the wife of W? V is the daughter of the one who is born in the month of July. Hence where can we be here? V must be here. V is the daughter. And this V was born in the month of, now V born in the month of February. Now this V is the daughter of the one who was born in the month of July. Hence July must be either W or, isn't it? Either B or W was born in the month of July. And V is the daughter of the one who was born in the month of July. And one who was born in the month of May is the son-in-law of B, son-in-law of B. And he is facing to his brother-in-law. Person who is born in the month which has least is seated third to the right of C. Third to the right of C, and C is seated second to the right of her brother. And cousin of R is seated second to the left of him, and is an immediate neighbor of T. Cousin of R means now Y and T are adjacent to each other. One who was born in the month of January is seated immediate neighbors of the one March and August. March and August. Eldest of this family is seated opposite to his grandson and seated third to the left of his son, son who is born in the month of August. And one who born in the month of February is not facing towards the center. W is an immediate neighbor of the one who was born in May. Now W is an immediate, and as W is born in the month of, W is an immediate neighbor of the one who was born in May. Tell me who was born in May here? And R is facing her mother. Clear? R is facing her mother. This is what the information we have. Now let us try to fix these persons in this circular arrangement. Yes, any information regarding the persons here? B and W is fine. V, A, Y and R are done. Then now 8 persons. These 8 persons are seated around a circular table. Earlier we had discussed. What is the thing we had discussed here? If this person is facing towards the center, and this is also facing towards the center, and these persons are away from the center, and these 2 persons are towards the center, and these 2 persons are away from the center. Because adjacent persons are immediate neighbors of a person is facing opposite direction. Then, now sir, now we are fixing 2 persons who are, now the person who was born in the month of May and August are opposite to each other. Now this person is May and this person is August, and both these 2 persons are what? Both these 2 persons are males and they are facing each other. We have that information, isn't it? Then, and August. As August is here, now we have one more information. What is the information we have here? August is adjacent to what? And 3 months are together, isn't it? And what are those 3 months here? Jan, immediate neighbors of those who was born in March and August. Jan is an immediate neighbor of March and August. Jan can be here or left hand side, isn't it? There are 2 poles. If Jan is here, Jan is an immediate neighbor of March and August. Now sir, left hand side is not possible. Tell me, left hand side is also possible. Then August, Jan, March were done, May is also done. Then what is left over here? One more month which is having 31 days. What is that one? That is Jan, March, July. Hence this person must be born in July, because the 31 days, the persons who were born in 31 days were seated together, adjacent to each other. Hence all these 5 persons were like this. If all these 5 persons were like this, now we have one information regarding this February. Whatever this February here, now W is seated second to the left of his daughter-in-law, and Y is the nephew of the one who is the father of R, and R was born in either 30 or 31 days. As R was born in either 30 or this one, hence R must be in these 3 places only, isn't it? And SC is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. Wife of W, who is the wife of W here? B. Now SC is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of this one. Who is the wife of this one? S must be in this row only, isn't it? SC is married or not? SC is married. As SC is married, then S, where can this S be? Tell me here. Now S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. Wife of W is here. W's wife is there. Now the person who was born in May and July. Now July is what? July, the person who was born in July could be either B or W. Either B or W is here. Then what is the other information we have? 2 couples, the couples are seated adjacent to each other. Except one couple, the remaining couples are adjacent to each other. Now sir, as July is at this place, now this July must be married. But as out of which July and May are in 2 different generations. July and May cannot be married to each other, and the July and March must be married to each other. Are you following this one or not? Hence who was born in the month of July here? Now July and March. Then can we fix this W at this July, because this person is a female? And SC is seated second to the right of his wife W. W is a female, and SC is seated second to the right of his one. Then where should this S? SC is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. Wife of W. Wife of W means W is a male. If W is a male, wife of W means this person who was born in the month of March, isn't it? Then who was born in the month of March? This female. And this W was born in the month of what? W in the month of July. Are you following this one or not? Now whatever this S is seated second to the right of the one, this female. Who is this female here? This female is B. B and W are married couple. S must be at this place. if S is here, S is seated second to the right of the one who is the wife of W. V is the daughter of the one who is born in the month of July. We have that information. One who was born in the month of May is the son-in-law of B, and he is facing it to his brother-in-law. This son-in-law of B. Yes, who is the son-in-law of B here? Now this son-in-law of B is facing this person, hence May and August. May is this one, S is May, hence S is the son-in-law. Follow here? S is the son-in-law, because the son-in-law and brother-in-law are facing each other. And person who was born in the month of least is seated third to the right of C. Now third to the right of C, now least. Now least if you take at this place, now that is least means February. If you take February at this place, now the person who was born in the February is facing away from the center, isn't it? As this person is facing away from the center, hence February cannot be here, isn't it? As February cannot be here, hence February can be either at this place, the person who was born in the month of February, that is V. V can be either at this place or at this place, two possibilities, because both these persons are away. If this V is at this place, then C must be third place. 1, 2, 3, C must be in the place of B, or C must be in the place of S, which is not possible, which implies that V cannot be at this place. As V cannot be at this place, tell me where should this V be? V must be here only. And now this V is a female, and this V was born in which month? V who was born in Feb. Now this V seated third to the right of whom? Third to the right of C. Third to the right of C means W and C cannot be in the same place, and C was born in the month of Jan. As C was born in the month of Jan, isn't it? C was born in the month of Jan. As C was born in the month of Jan, tell me where should this G? C must be here only. Are you following this one or not? Now earlier, in the case of blood relation and circular arrangement, if you could able to finalize the family tree, then it will be easy, isn't it? But as here in this case, what happens, sir, unless and otherwise you are working simultaneously, you cannot fix this one. మీకు అదే డౌట్ రావచ్చు, సార్ ముందు ఫ్యామిలీ ట్రీ ఫిక్స్ చేసి సర్క్యులర్ అరేంజ్మెంట్కి రావాలా, సర్క్యులర్ చేసి ఫ్యామిలీ ట్రీ, అలా మన ఎక్కడా లేదు. ఒక్కొక్కసారి మనకు అలా రావచ్చు, బట్ వైజ్ ఇన్ జనరల్ అన్లెస్ అండ్ అదర్వైజ్ యూ హ్యావ్ వర్క్డ్ అవుట్ సైమల్టేనియస్లీ యూ కెనాట్ వర్క్అవుట్ దిస్. క్లియర్? మనం చూడగానే చెప్పలేం ఫ్యామిలీ ట్రీ ముందు చేయాలా, సర్కిల్ ముందు చేయాలని. కనుక మనం ఏం చేయాలి, సైమల్టేనియస్గా స్టార్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. డన్. నౌ వీ హ్యావ్ ఫైనలైజ్డ్ దిస్ C యాజ్ వెల్. యాజ్ C ఈజ్ ఫైనలైజ్డ్, దెన్ హూ ఈజ్ ద పర్సన్ లెఫ్ట్ ఓవర్ చెప్పండి? T ఈజ్ ద పర్సన్ లెఫ్ట్. Then who is this person T? T is the brother-in-law of S. As T is the brother-in-law of S, T and brother-in-law are opposite to each other. Saripenda? T and brother-in-law are opposite to each other. And person who was born in the month which has least number is seated third to the right of C, and C is means this person is seated second to the right of her brother. Second to the right of her brother means this person is seated second to the, adi kuda vachindi, isn't it? That information is not required at all. And cousin of R is seated second to the left of him. Cousin of R means who is that person here? Y. Y is seated second to the left of whom? Y is seated second to the left of R. As Y is seated second to the left of R, Y is at this place, R is at this place, isn't it? Y is seated second to the right of R. Then who is the person left over? All the persons were done. Ayyaru mattam andaru. Amma? Y is seated second to the right of R. Is Y is seated second to the right of R, and cousin of R is seated second to the left of him. Second to the left of him, if you take YRR and YRR, ante kada, YRR, YR. Then if you take in this case, and he is an immediate neighbor of T or not. As this person is an immediate neighbor of T, hence here Y cannot be at this place, because T is fixed there. As T is fixed here, T and Y are adjacent to each other, hence Y will be there. Done with this? Then, what are the other things that are to be known here? B and W done. May, Feb, August, and what is the month left over here? April. And C was born in the month of Jan. C was born in the month of Jan. And regarding this one, April and June, now this Y is also April and June in any order, isn't it? April and June in any order. Now no information given about this one, that will be fixed as it is. Done with this arrangement? One who was born in February is not facing. And again, these two persons are facing each other. Who are those two persons facing each other here? The grandfather and grandson are, isn't it? And the eldest of this family is seated opposite to his only grandson. Now this person is having only one grandson, and R is a female. R is a female and Y is a male. Now this Y and W are opposite to each other. See here, Y and W are opposite to each other. And who are the couples here? S and V. Now this S and V are not seated adjacent to each other. B and W are seated adjacent to each other. C and T are seated adjacent to each other. Out of these three couples, two couples are seated adjacent and one couple is not seated adjacent. And this is about question numbers 1 to 5. Then question numbers 1 to 5 in this. Then, who was born in the month of April? Yes, what is the answer here? Cannot be determined, isn't it? The person who was born in the month of April cannot be determined because April and June can be two different places. Chapter finalize avutunda? Ekkada avutundi? Now, sir, information given about the couples only. In the same way. Last look information chudandi. Now, what is the information here? Can we derive anything? Immediate neighbors of the persons are not facing the same direction. No one seated between the persons, those who has the birthdays in the month of which has 31. All the 5 persons are adjacent, except one couple remaining are immediate neighbors of each other, and is same as only one couple is not facing the same direction. One couple is not facing the same direction, remaining couples are facing the same direction, isn't it? One couple is not facing the same direction. Who are the couples here? C and T, and C and T are facing one direction, and W and V are facing one direction, and S and V are facing different directions. Out of these three couples, only two couples are facing the same direction, one couple is away, one couple is not facing the same direction, and out of these three couples, two couples are seated adjacent to each other, and one couple is away from this. Hence, no information given about April and July. And in fact, if you observe here, now in question number 1, the choice 1 and choice 5 are one and the same. T and T mali repeating. Okay? Done with this 1 to 5. ఇంటికి వెళ్ళి ఇంకొకసారి ట్రై చేయండి. చెక్అవుట్ వెదర్ యూ కుడ్ ఏబుల్ టు ఫైనలైజ్ దిస్ ఏప్రిల్ అండ్ జూన్ ఆర్ నాట్. Then question number 6 to 10. Yes, tell me what is there in this one, question number 6 to 10. Now in this one there are 7 persons, Charan, Varan, Karan, Saran, Jaran, Dharan and Haran, isn't it? C, V, K, S, J, D, H. Now sir, if you observe here, the names of these 7 persons are starting with the 7 different letters rather than writing the entire name. Let us represent the names of these persons with the first letter. And there are 7 persons living in a building and they have examinations on different times from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 persons, 7 different timings, but not necessarily in the same order. All of them are seated in a straight line and they are preparing for their examination. All the persons are in a straight line and they are preparing for the examination. And Karan is living in an even number floor. Now, so the direction is not given in the row, whether these persons are facing north or facing south, some are north, some are south. Any information regarding that? No. If the information is not given by default, we should always take it as towards north. Okay? Then how many are there? In total, we are having some 7. 7 floors are there. Now 7 floors. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 floors. And what are the other things that are to be identified here? First, we need to identify the person. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the person, and what is the other thing here? The time, examination time, isn't it? The person and the examination time. Now these two persons are, now they are compared with what? Now all these 7 persons are seated in a row. Now seated in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done with this? Then Karan is living in an even number floor. Now what about this Karan here? Karan is living on an even number floor. How many possibilities do we have? Karan can be either on the 2nd floor, 4th floor or the 6th floor. There are 3 possibilities in total. And Karan is living on an even number floor and seated at one of the ends of the line. As one of the ends of the line is a left extreme or right extreme. Karan can be here or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Karan can be here. then Karan is an even number floor. Then tell me what are the different possibilities we can have here. Karan can be on the 6th floor or can be on the 4th floor. If these two are invalid, then we can directly go for the 2nd floor. As of now, let us work out with the two possibilities. Karan lives on an even number floor and seated at one of the ends of the line and has the exam immediately before Haran. Now this Karan is immediately having time. Now in this time, Karan is immediately before what? Immediately before Haran. Okay? Karan is immediately before Haran. Now here he is not talking about the floor. Here he is talking about what? Here he is talking about the examination time. Now regarding this examination time, Karan is immediately before Haran. Isn't it? Karan is immediately before Haran. Dharan is seated second to the left of the one who has the exam at 10 a.m. Now this Dharan is seated second to the left of the one who has the examination at 10 a.m. and living immediately above him. And this Dharan is living immediately above whom? Now this Dharan is living immediately above the one who is having examination at 10 o'clock. Isn't it? Dharan is living immediately above the one who is examination at 10 o'clock. And Saran is living immediately below the one who has examination at 8 a.m. Now Saran is living immediately below the one who is having examination at 8 a.m. Now this person must be Saran. Immediately below the one who has the exam at 8 a.m. and one of them living either top or ground floor. Either one of them means either 8 can be at the top or what is the other thing here? S can be at the bottom. Either 8 is at the top or what is the other possibility here? S is at the bottom. Isn't it? S can be. If S is here, then 8 will be here. As 8 is here, then S will be here. Isn't it? S and 8. And one of them living either top or the ground floor and he is seated immediate neighbor of the one who is seated at the end of them. Now that person is seated immediate neighbor of whom? Immediate neighbor of the person who is seated at an extreme end. Immediate neighbor of the one who is seated at an extreme end. There are two persons living between Dharan and the one who has exam at 6 a.m. Dharan and the person who has an exam at 6 a.m. there are how many persons? Two persons. No one is living between the persons of Haran and the one who has exam at 11 a.m. Haran and 11 a.m. Now these two persons are adjacent to each other, isn't it? And adjacent to each other between the persons Haran and this one is same as the number of persons sitting between Haran and the one who has exam at 9 a.m. And as many persons living above the one who has exam at 9 a.m. Now here he is talking about 9 a.m. As many persons living above the one who has exam at 9 a.m. Same number of persons are seated towards left hand. Jaran is living in an odd number floor but not in a ground floor and is living immediately above the one who is living immediately above Haran. Haran is here. Haran's immediately above, this is K, and K's immediately above must be J. Isn't it? Are you following this one or not? Jaran is living in an odd number floor, Jaran odd number floor but not on ground floor and is living immediately above the one who is living immediately above Haran. Haran's immediately above one person, immediately above that two person is one person and that person will be Jaran. Isn't it? Hence between Haran and Jaran tell me how many persons must be there? There must be two persons. Follow avutunnara leda? Now one more person and this person must be Jaran. And this Jaran must be an odd number floor. Odd number floor 1 is ruled out and 3 is also ruled out. Now we are left with either 5 or 7. Isn't it? Follow avutunnara leda? Either 5 or 7. Out of this either 5 or 7, out of which either 5 or 7, tell me where, what about this one? Okka nimisham. Now we have the crucial information here. Karan is living on an odd number floor, even number floor and is seated at one of the ends of the line and has the exam immediately before Haran. Karan is having examination immediately before Haran. Now here we are talking about what? The examination time. Isn't it? Karan is immediately before the examination time. The next one. And Karan is immediately sitting at one of the ends of the line. Karan is living in an even number floor. Now Karan is living in an even number floor. First let us finalize this one. As we do not have that much space, we are adjusting here only. Now what about this Karan here? Because there is an information regarding these 4 positions, we are focusing on that one only. Now this Karan is living on an even number floor, Karan is even number floor and Karan is living on an even number floor and is sitting at one of the ends of the line and has the exam immediately before Haran, and Karan's exam is immediately before Haran. Dharan is sitting second to the left of the one who has the exam at 10 a.m. and living immediately above to him. Saran is living immediately below the one who has the exam at 8 a.m. and one of them is a top R, and he is seated to the immediate neighbor of the one who is seated at the ends of the line. There are two persons living between Dharan and the one who is exam 6 o'clock. No one is living between the persons of Haran and the one who is exam at 11 a.m. Haran and 11 a.m. This Karan can be 11 a.m. or K and H, the other person can be 11 a.m. Isn't it? There are two possibilities. And there are two persons living between Dharan, who is exam at 6 a.m. No one is living between the persons Haran at 11 a.m. and between Haran and the one who has exam at, and same as the number of persons. As many persons living above the one who has exam at 9 a.m. Same number of persons to the left of him. Jaran is living on an odd number floor. Now let us take Jaran. Now this Jaran is living on an odd number floor but not on the ground floor. Next one. And he is living immediately above. Now this Jaran is living immediately above the one who is living immediately above Haran. Isn't it? Immediately above Haran, Haran is there. Immediately above Haran there is a person. Isn't it? And after this person, this Jaran must. Hence between Jaran and this one, Haran, this between Jaran and Haran, there must be exactly one person. ఇంకొకసారి చూస్తారా? Jaran is living on an odd number floor but not in ground floor, and he is living immediately above the one who is living immediately above Haran. Immediately above Haran is here. Now immediately above this Haran is Jaran. Isn't it? Hence J and H must be where? J and H must be in the alternative places. Hence where can we have this J and H? J and H. Now J and H in the alternate places, and 7 and 5. And 5 and 3, is it possible or not? 5 and 3 is also possible, isn't it? Again there are two possibilities, J and H can be at this place, or J and H can be 5 or 3, isn't it? Now let us fix that one as of now. J, S, H, K were done. Charan is living immediately above the one who is living immediately above the one who is exam at night 10. And Charan. Now this Charan is immediately above the one who is at 10 a.m. Now earlier we have that information. This Haran is immediately above the what? Haran is immediately above the person. First information what chusara? Karan is living on an even number floor and has exam and has his exam immediately before Haran. Karan is having immediately before Haran, and Dharan is sitting to the left of the one. Dharan is seated Dharan is sitting second to the left of his exam immediately before Haran. The next one. And he is sitting immediately above the one exam at 10 a.m. and is sitting immediate neighbors of Saran. And one who has the exam at 6 a.m. but not sitting at that. No one is seated between Dharan and the one who has exam. Here again he is talking about sitting. Maximum number of persons are living between Varan and the one who has exam at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock and Varan, maximum number of persons. And this V must be at this place. If V is here, earlier we had discussed about this one V and H, and Karan has the exam at 5 a.m. Karan has the exam at 5 a.m. and he is sitting fourth to the right of Varan and living. Now Karan is living on an even number floor, but not in the immediate floors of either top or the ground floor. Now Karan has the exam at 5 a.m. and he is sitting fourth to the right of Varan, and that person Karan is living. Now this Karan is what? Now this Karan is living. Where this Karan is living here? Now maximum number of persons are living between Varan and the one who is exam at 8 a.m. Karan has the exam at 5 a.m. and he is seated fourth to the right of Varan. Karan is seated fourth to the right of Varan, and Karan living in an even number floor but not in immediate floors of either top or ground floor of the building, isn't it? As of now we have the information J, H, S, H, K. Now who are the persons left out? Tell me here. Two more persons. C is one person. Then who is the other person here? C is one and another one is D, C and D. Now, any information regarding this one C and D, now this is 5, D is immediately above the one who is, and S is immediately before 8 hours we have taken. Now, D is immediately above 10 hours. As D is immediately above 10 hours, then hence who can be the 10 hours? And C is immediately about 10 hours. See here, C is about 10 hours. C is about 10 hours. C is about 10 hours. And D is also about 10 hours, isn't it? As C as well as D, both these two persons are about 10 hours. Then tell me who is 10 hours here? V is 10 hours. Both C as well as D are above these 10 hours, and this V must be 10 hours. If V is 10 hours, then now D is immediately above these 10 hours, then where should this D? D must be here. If D is here, then who is the person left over here? C is the person left over. Done with this? As what is the final arrangement here? JS, HK, CDV. As JS, HK, CDV, this is what the information we have. Now let us fix these persons in the row. Because the times, the order is given, the floor arrangements we have the information, then combination of these two. Now these 7 persons are seated in a straight line. Now in this straight line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, either K can be at the left extreme, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or K can be at this place, isn't it? Then Karan is living in even number floor and is seated at one of the ends of the line and has the exam immediately before Haran. Karan is having immediately before Haran. Now this Karan is having at what time? Karan is having at 5 o'clock, and this Haran should have 6 o'clock, because this Karan is having immediately before this Haran. Now this Haran should have at 6 o'clock. Dharan is sitting second to the left of the one who is exam at 10 o'clock. Now who is exam at 10 o'clock? V is the exam has 10 o'clock. As V is having the exam at 10 o'clock, isn't it? Now one more information, V is 4th to the left of or 4th to the right, either information at the last. Or else, just to check out that information here, Dharan is seated second to the left of the one. Yes? Dharan, Varan. Where is Varan here? Now any information regarding this Varan? Last one. Now Karan has the exam at 5 a.m. and he is seated 4th to the right of Varan. Now Karan is seated 4th to the right of Varan, this case is completely ruled out. And Varan, 4th to the right of Varan, Varan must be here. If Varan is here, this is 10. Now sir, one more information, second to the left of 10 hours, isn't it? Second, Karan is living, Dharan is sitting second to the left of the one who has exam at 10. Who is exam at 10? Varan. Then who is, whatever this Dharan here, Dharan is second to the left. Dharan is seated second to the left of the one who has exam at 10 o'clock. And this Dharan is at, as what is the time given by this one? Dharan, as of now we cannot identify this one. And living immediately above to him, Dharan is seated second to the left of the one who has exam at 10 o'clock and living immediately above to him. Living immediately above to him. Next one. Saran is living immediately below the one who has exam at 8 o'clock. We have taken that one. And one of them is living either top or ground floor of the building, and he is seated to the immediate neighbor of the one who is seated at the ends. Then who is seated at the ends here? Now this SC is seated at the ends, isn't it? Okay? Immediate, then immediately below. Saran is living immediately below the one who has exam at 8 o'clock, immediately below, and one of them living at the top or the ground floor. Now the person who has the exam at 8 o'clock is living on the top floor of the building, and he is. And he is means, who is that person? That person is seated to the immediate neighbor of the one who is seated at the ends of the line. Hence, this J is seated at immediate neighbor of the ends of the line, isn't it? As J, where should this J be? J can be either in between D and V, or J can be here. Then, now sir, here we are talking about whom? Saran or D? Saran or J? Now we are talking about this Saran, isn't it? Saran can be either at this place or at this place. Then next one. There are two persons living in between Dharan and the one who is exam at 6 am. Dharan and the one who is at 6 am, we have 2 persons. No one is living between the persons of Haran and the one who is exam at 11. Haran and 11 o'clock, no one is seated here, this S must be 11 o'clock. 6 is H. 2 persons living between. Now 2 persons live in between. There are 2 persons living and sitting between Dharan and the one who is exam at 6 am. Dharan and the one 6 am. How many persons are living here? There are 2 persons. అక్కడ living గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాడు. Now there are 2 persons living, isn't it? And sitting between Dharan and the one who is exam at 6 am. Now between these two, how many persons here? There must be 2 persons, isn't it? 2 persons in between these two. Then who are those 2 persons here? Dharan and who is that person? 6 o'clock. Then who is at 6 o'clock here? H is at 6 o'clock. And H is at 6 o'clock means between D and H there must be 2 persons living and 2 persons are staying. Hence where should this H? H must be at this place. There are 2 persons living and sitting between the one who has exam at 6 am. No one is living between the persons of Haran and the one who has exam at 11 am. Haran and 11 am, there is no person. Is same as the number of persons between Haran and 10 o'clock. Haran and 10 o'clock are adjacent to each other. Again we have that information. As many persons living above the one who has exam at 9 am, same number of persons are to the left hand side of that person. Now 9 am, who can be that person? Either C or D, isn't it? Now how many persons are above this D? Above this C, if you take here, above this C there are 4 persons, and left hand side of this C there must be 4 persons, isn't it? Or D. Now DR, how many persons are living above this D? There is 5 persons. But as the left hand side of D, how many persons? No persons. Hence whatever this one, now this C must be, where should this C? C must be here. If C is here, then how many persons are staying above this C? 4 persons. And 4 persons must be to the left hand side of this C. Follow here or not? Now as many persons living above the one who has exam at 9 o'clock. Now who is exam at 9 o'clock? Tell me here. C is having the exam at 9 o'clock. If C is having the exam at 9 o'clock, D will have the exam at 7 o'clock. That is left over. As many persons living above this C who has exam at 9 o'clock is same as the number of persons sitting to the left of him. Now sitting to the left of him, how many persons are there? 4 persons, and above this C there are 4 persons. And J is living in an odd number floor but not in ground floor, and is living immediately above. And then he is living immediately above. J is living odd number floor but not in ground floor, living immediately above the one who is living immediately above Haran. Charan is living immediately above the one who is living immediately above the one who has exam at 10 o'clock. Now this Charan immediately above the one who is exam at 10 o'clock. And he is sitting to the immediate neighbor of Charan. Now who is immediate neighbor of Charan here? Who is immediate neighbor of Charan? Yes, S is an immediate neighbor of Charan. As S is an immediate neighbor of Charan, S must be here. If S is here, then who is the person here? J must be here. If J is here, then who is all the persons were done. Then as all these persons were done, now let us write down the timings as well. D is at what time? D's exam is at 7 o'clock. J's exam is at 8 o'clock, isn't it? Next one, H's exam is at 6 o'clock, and C's exam is at 9 o'clock, and S is at 11 o'clock, and K is at 5 o'clock. Done with this arrangement? Now it is a combination of floor arrangement and seating. One more parameter has also been added to this one. Let's write down this question number 6 to 10. Now here, rather than starting with this way, you can directly start with this one. Maximum number of persons are living between Varun and the one who has the exam at 8 o'clock. That means these two persons must be at the first floor and the 7th floor, isn't it? The first floor and the 7th floor, as 8 is already here, before this 8 there must be S, as before this S, and one person between S and K, unda leda? Then K will also be fixed. Then you can bring this one, J, blank, H, that one you can fix at this place. After going to home, try to work out with this one. Then question numbers 6 to 10. Then what about 11 to 15? 11 to 15 is again a puzzle, isn't it? Now in this 11 to 15, what is information here? 6 persons, Mala, Billa, Bala, Leela, Challa and Pilla are likes different movies, emotional thriller, 6 different movies are there, and studying classes from 5th to 10th, again 6 different classes. Now it comes on which parameter here? Okay, more than one parameter. Now it is distribution, hence try to fix these persons at the place. Now who are the persons here? Mala, and next one Billa, Mala, Billa, next one Bala, next one to Bala is Leela and Challa, and next to Challa is and Pilla. 1, 2, 3, 4, only 6 persons and Pilla. Now 6 persons. Now we need to know the movie they like, and at the same time, what is the other parameter here? The class they are studying, isn't it? Now let us take this is the class and this is the movie. And Billa does not like emotional, action, comedy, and how many different movies do we have? Movies. Now in the case of movies, emotional, thriller, romantic, comedy, horror and action. 6 different letters are there. As 6 different letters are there, now this is movie, emotional, thriller, romantic, comedy, horror and action. Then Billa does not like emotional, action, comedy. Billa. Now Billa, emotional, then what is the other thing here? Emotional, action and comedy. Action and comedy, see this person does not like and does not study in 5, 6 and 10. Now this person does not study in what? 5, 6 and 10. Hence 5, 6 and 10, this is also ruled out. Done with this? Then 5, 6 and 10. Mala does not like comedy, action, horror. Mala does not like comedy, action and horror. Does not like comedy, action, horror, and does not study 7th, 8th and 10th. And this person is not studying 7th, 8th and 10th. Challa does not like comedy, thriller, romantic. Challa does not like comedy, romantic and thriller. Challa does not like comedy, romantic and thriller, and does not studying in 5th, 7th and 9th. 5, 7 and 9 is ruled out. 5, 7 and 9. Pilla does not like action, thriller, horror. Pilla is what? Action. Pilla does not like action, thriller and horror. Action, thriller and horror, and does not study 6, 7 and 8. Now 6, 7, 8 is ruled out. And Bala does not like comedy, thriller, romantic. Bala does not like comedy, thriller and romantic, and does not study, and 6th, 8th and 10th. 6, 8 and 10 is ruled out. Then 6, 8 and 10. Mala and Pilla does not like emotional and romantic respectively. Mala does not like what? Respectively is given romantic, emotional. Now this emotional is ruled out. Mala does not like emotional and Pilla does not like romantic. Now this Pilla does not like romantic as well. Romantic. And next one, Challa and Billa. And the next information is regarding Challa and Billa does not like horror and thriller movies. Challa, horror, respectively again. Challa and Billa does not like horror and thriller. Hence Billa does not like thriller. Billa does not like thriller, this is also ruled out. Thriller movies, yes. Bala does not like emotional. Bala does not like emotional. E is also ruled out here. As Bala does not like emotional. Bala does not like emotional. Leela and Billa does not staying in 6 and 9. Leela and Billa. Leela and Billa 6 and 9 is ruled out. Leela 6 ruled out and Billa 6 and 6 and 9 is Billa and 6 and 9. Now 6 and 9 here also 9. This person cannot be 9. 6 and 9. Pilla and Challa does not study 10th class. Pilla 10th is ruled out and Challa 10th is also ruled out. Pilla and Challa does not like, and Leela does not like comedy movies. Leela does not like comedy movies. Comedy is ruled out. Leela does not like comedy movies and Challa does not studying 8th class. And Challa 8th class, this is ruled out. Challa is not 8th class. Challa does not 8th class and Mala does not studying 5th class and Mala is not studying in 5th class. Now this is what the information we have as of now, isn't it? Yes. Now this is what the information we have, whether we have covered the entire information or not. Leela does not like horror action. We have not taken this information. Leela does not like horror action emotional. Leela does not like horror action emotional and does not study 5, 7 and 9. Now this person does not like 5, 7 and 9, isn't it? Now this is what the information we have. Now tell me with this information from where we can start. Now sir, Chappan ekkada start cheyadam. Challa. Why is it Challa here? Now CHRT were done. CHRT were done. CHRT either A or E. Now this person must be either A or E. Ante kada? Either A or E. Then what about the here? 5, 7 and 5, 6 is there is a possibility for this 6. And what is the other possibility here? 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the 5 are ruled out. Now only 6 is left out. Now this person is 6. As this person is 6, then the next number. What is the next number here? The next number should have apart from this 6. Now this person is 6, this person 6, this person 6, this person. Then next one. Now let us take this one. Now this person cannot be 6 as well because 4 were already there, cannot be 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 cannot be here. This person must be 9. As this person is 9, now we need to check out except 9. No sir, 9 is there here, 9 is there here, and as 9 is there here, then where can we start with this one? 6 and 9. Then 9, now 6, 8, 10, now 6, 7, 8, 10. Now let us check out this Pilla. Now this Pilla is what? 6, 7, 8, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9 is also ruled out. Hence 5 is left over, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this person must be 5th one, isn't it? If this person is the 5th one, then what is the other thing left over here? 5, 6 done, 9 were done, then 7. 7 cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here, and cannot be here. And 7 must be in these two places only. Now anything else information here? 5, 6, 9 were done, 8 cannot be here, 8 cannot be here, 8 can be here as well. Then 5, 6, 9. 5, 6, 9 and 7 cannot be here. 5, 6, 9, 7 cannot be here and this person must be either 8 or 10. Now here, now this person cannot be 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Hence 5 cannot be here, 6 cannot be here, 8 cannot be here, 10 cannot be here, 9 cannot be here and this person must be as whatever this bala must be 7, isn't it? 6, 8 and done. Then 7 is all 5, 6, 7, 9 were done. Now we are left with 8 and 10. This person cannot be 10 and this person must be 8. If this person is 8, this person must be 10. Done with this? Now we got this classes. Then after the classes, now we need to discuss about what? The movies. Now in these movies, A and E, now CAHE, now CAHE, A and E is here, A and E cannot be at this place, E cannot be here, A cannot be here and so on. A and E cannot be here, A and E cannot be here and E cannot be at this place. And S, what is the information here? C, if you take this C cannot be at this place, C cannot be here, C cannot be here, C cannot be here, C cannot be here. And where should this C? C must be at the last, that is comedy. Done with this? If comedy is done, then what is the next one here? After this C, which is ruled out most of the cases, A, E, C, next one R. If you take R or T, T. T cannot be here, T cannot be here, and can T be here or not? T can be at this place or not? H, A, E, C, A, H, E cannot be here. As C, A, H, E, P cannot be here, now let us take R and T can be here. Remaining rational, R and T can be here. As R and T here, then C cannot be here, C, R, T, E cannot be here. C, R, T, E cannot be here, A, R, H. Out of which A, R, H, now here it must be either A or H. Next one, C, A, E, T, R, R, H. R, R, H is left over. In this one, either R or H. R, R, H. Then after this R, R, H, then what is left over here? C, A, H, E, R, R, T. R, R, T must be at this place. Done? Chapter any arrangement unda? Any information regarding this one? Billa does not like emotional. Billa does not like emotional action comedy. Emotional action comedy and does not study. Mala does not like comedy, action, horror. Mala does not like comedy, action and horror and does not. Challa does not like comedy, thriller, romantic. Challa, comedy, thriller, romantic. Leela does not like horror, action, emotional. Horror, action. Leela, horror, action, emotional. Pilla does not like action, thriller, horror. And this is comedy. And Bala does not like comedy, thriller, romantic. Bala is comedy, thriller, romantic and does not. Mala and Pilla does not like emotional. Mala does not like emotional and romantic movies respectively. Mala and who is that person here? Pilla. And Challa and Billa does not like horror. Challa does not like horror. Challa does not like horror and thriller movies. And Billa does not like thriller. Billa does not like thriller movies, we have taken that information. Bala does not like emotional. Bala does not like emotional. Leela and Balla does not study. Pilla and Challa does not study 10th class. Leela does not comedy movies. Leela does not comedy and Challa does not 8th class and Mala does not studying in 5th class. Isn't it? Now this is the only information. Any information regarding the other persons here? Challa. Whatever this Challa here, why can be E? A in the cover chapandi. E cannot be on first floor. First floor. Ekkadi cheredi? E cannot be on the first floor. Where is that information here? 6 and Pillar likes different type of movies. Action studying from 5th to 10th. E. Now, sir. Now, sir. Now, in this one, if you take R and T, RRH, ARH, RRT, then what is the only possibility for this one? Here it must be either ARE. As either ARE is here, if you take A at this place, then we should have E somewhere. Do we have E at any place? No, not at all possible. As it cannot be E, hence it must be what? It must be, E must be here only. As E is here, then we should talk about this A. A cannot be in any one of these places, hence where should this A? A must be at this place. If A is here, then R can be in any one, can H be at any one of these places? H cannot be at any one of these places, hence H must be at this place only. If H is here, then R or T can be either here or here, no information about that one. That is left as it is. Yes? Mala does not like romantic. Where it is given? Mala does not like romantic. Ekkada lede? Mala and Pilla does not like emotional and romantic. Respectively. Respectively means Mala does not like emotional, Pilla does not like romantic. Isn't it? Ala ledanukondi, then Mala and Pilla does not like emotional and romantic movies antadu. Valliddru rendu ledanis. Kani ikkada respectively means in the same order. This Mala does not like the first one emotional, Pilla does not like the romantic movies. Clear now? And this is the only information we have regarding this romantic and thriller, either this Leela or Mala. Now let us check out the question numbers here. Mala likes which type of movies? Tell me here. Mala likes which type of movies? Either R or T. No information about these two. R options lo R ledhu gani appudu among anali. Who among the following andi. Okay, Mala can like which type of movie? Can like. Mala may like which type of movies? Appudu manam vellochu. But here it is a definite information. The question is about definite, hence we cannot go for this one. Or cannot be determined by better general. తప్పని పరిస్థితిలో మనం తీసుకోవాలి. Okay, now 11 to 15 done. The next one is 16 to 20. Now question number 16 to 20. Now these questions are based on what? Statements followed by some courses of action. Now statement followed by some courses of action. The police reported that 2 armed terrorists had entered the city a couple of days ago. Police reported 2 armed terrorists entered into the city a couple of days ago. Then now here the problem is the terrorists were entered into the city. Then what should be the course of action here? These terrorists must be caught by this police, and this police should arrest these terrorists. And that should be the final conclusion. Now by implementing which course of action we can definitely ensure that this police can catch those terrorists. Course of action ela try chestam. First we should check out the problem in the given statement. What is the problem here? 2 terrorists were there. As 2 terrorists entered into the city, then what should be the final course of action here? Final result must be these terrorists must be arrested by the police. That should be the desired or the final result. By implementing which course of action between these two, we can definitely ensure that the police are going to arrest these persons. Cheppandi. ఇది ఏది ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తే పోలీసులు వెళ్ళి వాళ్ళని అరెస్ట్ చేస్తారని చెప్పచ్చు. Police should, that means now this police is taking some action in order to arrest this. Now police should immediately circulate the photograph of the terrorist using electronic and print media in order to take public's help in nabbing them. By implementing this one, whether there is a possibility to arrest these persons or not. Hence first one is a perfect course of action. Second one, public should be informed to stay indoors until the terrorists are arrested. Isn't it? Now sir, by implementing this one, can the police arrest these persons terrorists? No. And the second one is ruled out. వాళ్ళందరినీ బయటకు రావద్దు అన్నారు, వాళ్ళందరూ లోపలే ఉన్నారు, టెర్రరిస్టులు కూడా బయటకు రావు. దానివల్ల టెర్రరిస్ట్ని అరెస్ట్ చేసే ఛాన్స్ ఉందా? లేదు. ఫైనల్గా మనకి ఏం రావాలి? టెర్రరిస్ట్ని అరెస్ట్ చేయాలి. ఈ 2 కోర్స్ ఆఫ్ యాక్షన్లో ఏది ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయడం వల్ల టెర్రరిస్ట్ని మనం డెఫినెట్గా అరెస్ట్ చేయగలచ్చు చెప్పచ్చు. వాట్ ఈజ్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్ హియర్? ఫస్ట్ వన్. And so only one follows, that is choice 1. Then coming to question number 17. Now in this 17th one, what is information here? There have been sporadic cases of stone throwing and damaging vehicles in the locality during the day. Okay, following altercation between 2 local youth clubs last night. Okay, 2 local youth clubs at last night. 2 local youth clubs last night. Now there is altercation between these 2 persons, these 2 clubs. Hence because of that one, what happens here? And stone throwing and damaging vehicles in the locality has taken place. Then what is the first course of action here? Now this, what should be the final result here? This stone damaging and all these should be controlled. Then the local police administration should arrest all those who are caught committing these acts. Yes, tell me, whether by implementing this one, whether we can able to stop this one or not. Cheppandi, stop cheyocha leda? What should be stopped here? this stone throwing and damaging vehicles should be controlled. Law and order should be controlled here. Now, by implementing the first one, whether they can able to control the law and order or not. Then second one. What is the second here? The local police administration should call a meeting of office bearers of both clubs of the locality to bring the situation. By doing so, what happens here? Then these persons will also be involved, and then this can be controlled. Then what is your answer? By implementing both. Valandarni pilchi iddarni meeting పెట్టండి. Club 1 and Club 2. By holding a meeting between these two groups, then what happens here? Definitely this will come down. And so what is your answer here? Both 1 and 2, that is choice 5. Yes, question number 18. Yes, 18th one. A huge truck overturned on the middle of the main road and blocked most part of the road, causing huge traffic jam. Yes, what is the problem here? The problem is the truck overturned in the middle of the main road, and the truck should be removed, isn't it? Then the traffic department should immediately deploy its personnel to divert traffic through other roads. Now, by implementing this one, yes, by implementing this one, whether the problem can be mitigated to some extent or not. Next one, second, the traffic department should immediately send men and equipment to move the truck and clear the road. Now, by implementing the second one, what happens here? Definitely the problem can be solved forever. And meantime, this can mitigate the problem as well. Hence, what is your answer here? By implementing both 1 and 2 at the same time, and the problem can be solved. First, diverting the traffic, and at the same time, wherever it is possible. And if we end, the second case is what? The second case completely removing this blockage. Hence, both 1 and 2, choice 5. Then question number 19. Now, in this 19th one, some workers of the company making diamond jewelry were caught while they were leaving the premises, as they were trying to smuggle small pieces of diamonds in their purses. Some workers of that company and making diamond jewelry caught them while they were leaving the premises, as they were trying to smuggle small. Then the management of the company should immediately put on hold all activities in the premises till a full, yes, what is this one? This is a negative course of action, isn't it? Stopping the entire production. Second one, the belongings of all the workers should thoroughly be searched before they leave the premises of the company. By implementing this one, what happens here? If there is any person who is taking this one, can easily be caught. Hence, what is your answer here? Only 2. The first one is a negative course of action because it creates more number of problems rather than solving the problem. And but by implementing the second one, the problem will be solved forever. Then question number 20. Yes, question number 20, what is the question here? A huge tidal wave swept away many fishing boats and hutments of the fishermen living along the coastline. Isn't it? Damage had done to whom? Their houses and the boats of these fishermen who are living along this coastline. Then what is the course of action here? These fishermen should be ensure a place to live, isn't it? And at the same time, their boats should be given. The fishermen should henceforth be restrained from constructing their huts along the coastline. It is a negative course of action. Then what is the next one here? Then the fishermen henceforth be restrained from constructing their huts along the coastline. Second, the local administration should send a team of officials to assess the extent of damage and suggest remedial measures. Then what is the best course of action here? The second one is the best course of action. Only 2. Then 21 to 25 is done with completed. Question numbers 21 to 25. Yes, what is given in this one? Question numbers 21 to 25. see here. T is having a sister. Now this T is sister and this T is a male, isn't it? T and you are. T's sister is living below to him. T's sister is living below to him, and 3 floors are there in between them. Between T and his sister, how many floors are there? 1, 2, 3, and T's sister is here. There are 3 floors between T and T's sister, and this T must stay in which floor? T can be either on the 7th floor or on the 5th floor. Isn't it? There are only 2 possibilities. And no one is living between R and her daughter, granddaughter. R is having a granddaughter. As R is having a granddaughter, R must be in the first generation, U must be in the last generation, isn't it? And not you. Who is that person? This R is having a granddaughter. Granddaughter must be in the 3rd generation. And no one is living between R and her granddaughter. B is having brother-in-law. As B is having brother-in-law, that means B is having brother-in-law. One person is having son-in-law. That means B is what? B is the son of that person, isn't it? That means that son-in-law and this B are brothers-in-law to each other. And B's brother-in-law is living immediately above him. And 2 persons who are living in the same floor are not living either on the top or on the ground floor. And R does not like yellow. 2 couples are there in this family. As 2 couples are there in this family, how many persons got married? Tell me here. How many persons got married? 4 persons got married, 3 are unmarried. As 3 are unmarried, now the first couple is there. Who is the first couple here? R is living below the vacant, R is not living below the vacant floor. One who likes blue is the eldest in the family. Persons who like pink and indigo are in the same floor, but not below the vacant floor of the building, but not living in an even number floor. Now in this one, the final, the family tree, if you check out here, then tell me who are the persons here. T is there, T's sister is also there, isn't it? T is there, T's sister is also there, and this T's brother-in-law is also there, isn't it? Brother-in-law means T's sister should get married, isn't it? Now this T's sister should get married, then there are only 2 couples. Now the first couple belongs to the first generation. In the first generation, tell me who are the persons in the first generation. First generation, U and R must be in this one. Because this R is having a granddaughter, U is having a son-in-law, and this U and R belongs to the first couple, isn't it? Out of which, what is the gender of this U? U is male and R is a female. Clear now? Now this person is having a daughter, and daughters is having husband as well. Now out of which this person is the daughter. If this person is the daughter, T must be there, because T is a male, isn't it? And one granddaughter is also there. And who is that granddaughter here? And granddaughter is here. Now this person is a female. 1, 2, 3. And R's daughter is living either on the top or the ground floor. Now let us finalize this one. Only D is living in the floor of which is either immediately above or immediately below. Immediately above or immediately below the ground floor. Only D is immediately above or immediately below the ground floor of the building. And he likes. Now D is a male. And he likes what? And he likes white color. D likes white color, we have taken. One person is living between R and the one who likes violet, and one of them living on the ground floor of the building. As many persons are living below the one who likes black color, double the number of persons living above to him. U and his son-in-law are living immediate floor of the building, and one of them living either on the top or on the ground floor, isn't it? And so who is this one? U and his son-in-law. As U and his son-in-law, then who can be the son-in-law here? Is either on the top or the ground floor. Now here we have taken R on the ground floor in both the cases. As R on the ground floor, U cannot be on the ground floor, isn't it? Hence either U or his son-in-law and his son-in-law are living in the immediate floors of the building, and one of them living either top or the ground floor of the building. And also U is the eldest in the family. As U is the eldest in the family, then now D is already here. As D is already here, and if D can be the son-in-law of U, then D is not living on the top floor. As D is not living on the top floor, then who must be on the top floor here? U is on the top floor. If U is on the top floor, this person U is a male, and his son-in-law is D. Son-in-law is D means this D will be here, and this U, the eldest person in the family likes which color? The eldest person in the family likes blue color, that is clearly given. Ichara leda? Eldest person. And M is living on an even number floor, and she is living immediately above her mother. Now M is immediately above her mother. As M is immediately above her mother, now sir, R, if you take R at this place, M is immediately above her mother, hence M can be here. R, M can be here. How many possibilities do we have? 2 possibilities. And M is living on an even number floor. Adi kuda unnattu undi kadandi. M is living on an even number floor. And M is living on an even number floor, and she is living immediately above her mother. That is R and M or R and M. R's daughter. Now we are talking about whom? R's daughter. R's daughter. R's daughter is living either on the top or the ground floor of the building. As R's daughter sits on the either top or the ground floor of the building, hence R cannot be on the first floor. Can you finalize this one or not? Because R's daughter is living either on the top or the ground. Top floor, this person is there, U is that person. Hence ground floor, R's daughter must be there. Hence who is this person here? This person must be R's daughter. And if this person R's daughter is here, then where should this R be? Chappan R ekkada undali. Now R's daughter. R's daughter sits on the ground floor. As R's daughter sits on the ground floor, this person is R's daughter. And whatever this one here, Violet. Whatever this Violet here, only one person is living between R and the one who likes Violet. R and the one who likes Violet, tell me where should this Violet be? First floor. R, Violet must be at this. If Violet is at the first floor, then what about the position of R? Where should this R be? R? Why can't it be at the fourth floor? One person. Now if R is at this place, there is one vacant floor. Then how many persons are there in between these two? Only one person. Hence R can be either on the third floor or R can be on the fourth floor. How many చూద్దాం. Okay, next one. What is the other information here? 3 floors are in between T and his sister. Now who is the sister here? Sister is nothing but R's daughter, isn't it? 3 floors are there in between these two persons. Tell me where should this T be? Now 3 floors, this is the only R's daughter is living either on the top or the ground floor of the building. T's sister is living below to him, and 3 floors are there in between. No one is living between R and her granddaughter. Between R and her granddaughter, there is no person living in between these two. If R is here, R's granddaughter can be either on the 3rd floor or on the 4th floor. Then let us come to this one. If Violet is here, where should this black be? B is having a brother-in-law. B is having a brother-in-law. As of now, T is having a brother-in-law. B is also having a brother-in-law. B must be the child of this person. B's brother-in-law is living immediately above this one. Who is B's brother-in-law? Who is B's brother-in-law? D. Now D is living immediately above this B. Hence, where should this be? B and T must be in the same place. Immediately above. Now, if this is immediately above, now how many persons are there above this one? There are 4 persons. If there are 4 persons above this one, 2 persons must be below this one. Hence, where should this black? This black must be here. If black is here, then which floor is vacant here? 4th floor is occupied and 3rd floor is vacant. Follow here? Because below this black, there are 2 persons. Above this black, there must be 4 persons. Vacant. Vacant 2nd floor is only 1 person. Then above that person, how many persons should be there? బ్లాక్ ఇక్కడ మనకు వచ్చి వేకెంట్ ఫ్లోర్ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చింది అనుకోండి. ఇఫ్ దిస్ ఈజ్ వేకెంట్ ఫ్లోర్, ఈ వేకెంట్ ఫ్లోర్ ఈజ్ హియర్, దెన్ వేకెంట్ ఇక్కడ కూడా పెడదామంటారా? దెన్ and two persons who are living on the same floor are not living either on top or does not like yellow. Two couples in this family. R is not living below the vacant floor. As R is not below the vacant floor, and one who likes blue is eldest in the family, persons who like pink and indigo are living in the same floor. Pink and indigo are living in the same floor. Pink and indigo are living in the same floor. Then, who is D's daughter here? Tell me. R is not living below the vacant floor, and blue is the eldest in this family. Persons who like pink and indigo are living on the same floor but not below the vacant floor and of the building, but not living on the even number floor. And who is not living on the even number floor here? This pink and indigo cannot be on the even number floor. Okay. Then D is living in the floor of which is either immediately above or immediately below the top or the ground floor of the building, and he likes white color. D white color. Next one, only one person living between R and the one who likes violet. Between R and the one who likes violet, how many persons are there? There is only one person between R and the one who likes violet. That is the second one or the third one. And one of them living on the ground floor of the building. And who is that person here? Violet is living on the ground floor. As many persons are living below the one who likes black, double the number of persons living above him. You and his son-in-law are living in immediate floors of the building, and one of them living at the top or the ground floor of the building. Also, U is eldest in this family. M is living on an even number floor. As M is living on an even number floor, as of now, what happened here? 7, 6, 5, 4 were done. Now, 3, 2 and 1 are left over. Now, among these three, which is an even? Second. As second is an even, and the second is occupied by whom? Occupied by M. If this second is occupied by M, second floor cannot be vacant floor. Hence, which is the vacant floor here? Now, third floor is the vacant. As third floor is the vacant, then who is the person left over? U, D, T, B, R, M. X. X is the person left over. Then who is X? X is the daughter of this person. Then whatever this M here? Granddaughter. M is living even number floor, and she is living immediately below her mother. And who is the mother of this one? And she is living immediately below. Now, M is living on an even number floor, and this M is living immediately above her mother. M is living immediately above her mother means, now, that is M must be at this place. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 were done. And what is the color left over here? Blue, white, pink, indigo, black, violet, and what is the other color? Yellow, and this person is yellow. ఆ yellow గురించి ఇచ్చారు అనుకుంటా కదండి. R's daughter is living in either top or the ground floor of the building. T's sister living immediately below to him, and 3 floors are there in between them. No one is living between R and her granddaughter. Between R and her granddaughter, no person is living. As R and her granddaughter, R and M, there is no person living, means it is a vacant floor, isn't it? Either these two persons must be adjacent or there is a vacant. No person. B's brother-in-law is living above to him. Above to him means B is a male. Him, the word him is used, hence B is a male. Now, this is the final arrangement in this one. In this paper itself, we are having 2 questions on this blood relation. First one, blood relation, 3 couples, circular arrangement, isn't it? At the same time, inward and outward, and 1 parameter has been added to this one. Yes, write down this arrangement. Now, this is about question numbers 21 to 25. 21 to 25.